Good morning. Today we are reading chapter 16 of the book of Genesis, and we are going to continue to look at the life of Abram. Now, we've already seen that Abram demonstrated great faith as he trusted God, with God saying, "Go to a land that I'm going to show you eventually, just not today." And so he and his wife Sarai do just that. They start on a journey. Even though they don't know where they are going, they trusted God. Now, in chapter 16, we start to see evidence of them not fully trusting God's promise. Part of God's covenant that he made with Abram was that he was going to make Abram into a great nation, and that involved having many descendants. Now, Sarai looked at both her husband and her, saw how old they were, and doubted God's ability to make that promise happen. And so she even goes as far as to say, "The Lord has prevented me from having children. Go and sleep with my servant. Perhaps I can have children through her." Now, you and I, from our perspective, can see that this is going to end nowhere good. Hagar and Abram end up sleeping together. Sarai gets really jealous, treats Hagar terribly, and Hagar ends up running away because of it. This is what happens when Sarai takes things into her own hands and doesn't trust God's words. Now, as this story continues, I can only imagine how Hagar was feeling in this moment as she was running away. She was probably feeling confused, alone, hurt, betrayed, unloved. Alone, I know I already said that, but I can't imagine how lonely that she was feeling. And as I read this story, this account again today, I was just struck by it. It was kind of like I read it with an exclamation point at the end. There were a couple things that really stood out to me, and I'm excited to talk about them today. But as she ran away, an angel of the Lord met Hagar where she was. And the angel said, "You are now pregnant and will give birth to a son. You are to name him Ishmael, which means God hears, for the Lord has heard your cry of distress." So in the midst of all of those feelings, all of those thoughts that she had running through her mind, the angel assured her that God heard her and she was going to have a son now. And every time she looked at her son, she was going to be reminded of the truth that God heard her cry. So good. Such an incredible reminder. And now further into the story, Hagar says, "You are the God who sees me." She also said, "Have I truly seen the one who sees me?" So not only does she remember and have this reminder that God hears her, she knows and trusts that God sees her. He sees what she's walking through, the situation that she's in, how complex it may be. God is walking with her through it. And so she takes heart and comfort in that. The angel of the Lord ends up saying to go back to Abram and Sarai, and that he's going to be with her no matter what. And those are the promises that she holds to. Those same promises are true for you and I today. We just need to trust God. We need to trust that his promises are true. Trust that he walks with us no matter what. And in the midst of every situation that we walk through, I just want you to know that God sees you. And he hears your cries. He hears what you're thinking, where you're coming from, and he knows. And so he's walking with you. And I hope that brings you great comfort today, that you are not alone. God is with you. He loves you more than you could ever imagine. So let's trust God. Trust that his promises are true. Trust that he has this plan laid out for your life that is better than something that you could ever dream. Take heart today. Know that you are not alone. Grace and peace. I will see you next time.
If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.